Cowboys. In all my years of living and dying for my Dallas Cowboys, since I was 10 years old and my uncle Jim Bell took me to my first game at the old Cotton Bowl to see the Dallas Cowboys, I have never, ever seen a wilder, crazier, more impossible comeback than that comeback, because this one did not feature the greatest Cowboy quarterback ever, Roger Staubach. This wasn't the 90s Dynasty Cowboys. This was the 4-5-1 Dallas freaking Jerry Jones owned and operated Dallas Cowboys, who looked dead in the water in the first half. This was CeeDee Lamb, number 88. I try so hard to love him. The demons have him by the throat, choking his guts out, dropping balls. He dropped the Philly game at Philly. I picked the Cowboys to win because I believed with all my heart and soul they were going to beat the Eagles on banner night in Philadelphia, opening Thursday night. And CD dropped 2 big balls in the first half and then 2 huge balls in the last 3 minutes of that game, 2 deep balls. If he catches either one of them, we're going to have it at the 25 or the 20. We're down 24-20. We're going to win the football game. And CD dropped the game and very possibly the season. We spiraled out of that one into losing. Now the Bears look better than I thought, but to losing badly to the Bears in Chicago as CD got hurt running the ball out of a tailback formation, just the way Turpin, little turpentine, they lined him up at tailback and handed it to him up the gut, and he fumbled. The whole first half was a disaster. It tore my guts out to watch the first half. I didn't even get to see the opening series because Fox stuck with the Giants and the Lions. I don't care. Get them out of my sight. I couldn't get it on my YouTube TV. I couldn't get the game. So I'm not exactly sure what happened, but we had a 4th and 3 at the 50, and somehow Dak didn't connect with Javonte, and it was their ball, and they went boom, 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 50 yards in 7 plays, 16 yards to A.J. Brown. It wasn't even a very good throw by Jalen Hurts on Bland. Bland was so far off, it was just a smoke job. 7-0. Then we have a 3rd and 6 at our 28, deep incomplete to CD, and he's looking up in the sun like, I can't find the ball. And I'm thinking, oh no, is this another late afternoon Jerry World special where the Cowboys can't see the ball because they haven't closed the drapes? Are we going to go through that again? Then we have a roughing the punter penalty called that shouldn't have been called, as Fox did a great job of finding, the ball got ticked. And Flournoy barely ticked the leg of the punter, and it should have been challenged by Coach Shoddy. Where were you? Asleep at the switch again. I'm like, what? And then we hold them on 3rd and 10 at the Dallas 48. We hold them. Jalen fires high. And Clowney, who's showing some late career juice, he lines it up off sides. And I'm saying, this is a disaster. It's a nightmare. And they go boom, boom, boom. It's 14-0. Then Turpin, as I said, lines up. What are you doing exactly? We got it 1st and 10 at their 31. He weighs 145 pounds. You're going to line him up like an old tailback. There's not even a fullback in front of him. You're just going to hand it to him up the gut. And he trips and falls and bangs the ball off his offensive lineman's knee and loses it and fumbles it away. What? Eagles, 66 yards in 6 plays, and it's 21-0. And I'll be the first to admit, I said that's it. I gave up. I tweeted, congratulations, Eagles. Of course, I'm thinking, please, Jinx, tweet it. But I'm congratulating Fly Eagles Fly. Why, Jerry? Why? Why Skip? Why? I finally said at the end of that tweet, why would I pick this team that continued to shoddy itself in the foot? SCHOTTY, itself in the foot. It's not shot in the foot, it's shoddy in the foot, right? What are we doing? Then we have it 2nd and goal at the 1, and I think, well, at least we're going to make this respectable, right? And what do it? Tyler Guyton false starts. And on the next play, Dak tries to force one into CD, which is a bad idea to start with. And Blankenship just snakes right in and picks it off. He got hurt. I think it was a big deal that he was gone from the back end of the secondary. But it was a maybe bigger deal for Dallas that Nate Thomas got to play left tackle. He's just better than Tyler Guyton. I know their pride's on the line because he was their first-round pick a couple of years back out of Oklahoma. I said that night. I watched him at Oklahoma. He's a project at best, and he's still a project, and he's still a liability at left tackle. He's gigantic. What is he, like 6'7"? He just gets beaten. He makes way too many mistakes, too many grabs, too many false starts. And all of a sudden, we had a much better chance with Nate Thomas. And I'm saying, thank you, God. Thank you for little breaks. And finally, at the end of the half, we go 72 yards in 6 plays. Dak hits George Pickens, the godsend George Pickens, for a touchdown. At least it's 21-7 at halftime. And I'm looking at the stats and I'm saying, guess what, Cowboy Nation? We actually moved the ball better than they did. I love Jalen Hurts. I do. He is a man. And yet, at 21-0, we started to draw a bead on their receivers and on Saquon. Saquon has never scared me because he has never hurt me. As a Giant, he never hurt me. As an Eagle, he never hurt me. And today, he carried 10 times for 22 yards. They got no run game. They had 63 total rush yards, and it started to kill them and eat away because in the second half, they couldn't salt the game away up 21-7 because they started to struggle to move the football at all. And, God, we lost Kalen, what's his last name, Carlson? No, Kalen Clarkson. I'll get it in a second. But we lost our kid from Wake Forest, Kalen Carson, who was at least a 5th-round pick and showed me flashes last year, then wrecked his knee, and then I don't know what happened. He was out, and all of a sudden we got Reddy Stewart back in, undrafted, out of Troy, trying to play corner. I don't know how we survived that. I would have bet a lot of money against Dallas coming back. I have no idea. Man, I'm out of my mind because it's impossible. And yet, we've got what I keep calling the 2 best receivers in football. But the truth is we have the best receiver in football because we have the best deep receiver in football. And here's the incredible irony to me of this whole story. George Pickens was thrown 11 balls this evening, if you will. And, 9 balls. And he caught all 9 for 146 yards, ultimately including that slant route that set up the walk-off field goal by Brandon Aubrey. But before that, Brandon Aubrey missed a 51-yard, for him, chip shot. And then the Eagles missed a field goal that I couldn't believe. So we were even. And I kept jinx tweeting, Eagles never, ever turn it over because they just don't. And then Sam Williams punched the ball out of Saquon's hand, and we had life. And then what's his name, Xavier Gibson, he stupidly feels the ball back at his 1 yard line, a punt. And we hammer it out, and our long snapper falls on it. And I think we got this. We're going to win this game 28-21. We're back in business. We're back in the saddle. And what happens? Dak throws it to CeeDee and hits him in the worst possible spot right there. And Cooper DeJean is blanketed him. But CeeDee Lamb, until this year, I called him the best receiver in football. All-around receiver. Statistically, over the last 3 years, he was. Run after catch, big catches out of the slot, and even wide. He do it all. deep, short, third down, do it all. And he has got the demons eating at his psyche. He just can't catch. No, seriously, he's got, as I said, an Anchorman, Brick said, got mental problems. Well, he does. He just got mental. The demons got a hold of his psyche. And man, the irony of this is the CeeDee Lamb who has blasted Dak. Remember after the Green Bay home loss, the playoff loss, when we're down 27-0 before halftime, lost 48-22. CeeDee's mom posted on whatever, IG, whatever, Dak ain't it. Well, Mom, I hate to tell you this, but right now, CeeDee ain't it. I thought he was the most trustworthy player on my team. I thought he was the one baller I had. And all of a sudden, we have a new number one receiver. We have George Pickens. Is he trustworthy? Well, then I read a story in the Dallas Morning News that, oh, wait a second, Stephen Jones had said, no, he and CeeDee didn't miss curfew. Only CeeDee missed curfew, although they were out. CeeDee said they were out for dinner and drinks together at the Red Rock Casino, okay? But then I guess George came back on time. CeeDee was the one who was out. But then George misses the bus to the game, according to Stephen Jones. And then the Dallas Morning News reports that George Pickens has been late repeatedly this year to meetings. What? He's it for my team, and he obviously wants a new deal. And now he's got us by the eyeballs, right? He's got us right where he wants. And then he gets a penalty and a big fine, got the biggest fine of the week against the Raiders on Monday night for jumping to celebrate and grabbing wrapping himself around the goalpost. Man. A la Detroit's receiver, right? I guess it was like a copycat celebration, and he gets penalized. So somewhere Mike Tomlin is saying, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. And I got to keep saying to Mike, no, we told you so because we just stole George Pickens from you for a third-round pick. He's changed. I said the day we got him, I said, this is a great move by Jerry Jones. A great move because he is the best deep ball receiver in the league. I'm about to call him the best receiver, all-around receiver, because you want to talk about run after catch. He is slippery, explosive, athletic, just slippery, just you can't get a hold of him after catch, and he gives up his body, and he just plays so hard. You want to talk about having that dog in you? Woof, woof. Sign me up. Now what do? Do we give him the sun and the moon that he's going to command? He was it today. You throw him 9 balls, he catches 9 for 146 and wins the game, while the other receiver who got all the money, already got it, has been mostly a disaster. Today, CeeDee, 11 targets. Dak threw him 11 balls. He caught 4 for 75. I'll give you that. He made the one deep catch with Cooper DeJean all over him, fouling the hell out of him. But right now, we got George Pickens and we got Javonte Williams blowing people up on blitz pickup and running his tail off. Javonte went for 87 yards. So he alone outrushed the Eagles, who had 63, and that was a huge thing. But we had a late handoff call. I think Dak audibled out of it. Now, I'm like, what are you doing, man? We just need one big play, and next play he gets it. To George Pickens. In my life, I've never seen a crazier game than this. Because it was so improbable, because we were so awful. We were so self-destructive. I just listed all the things that went wrong, and in the end, we had 473 total yards on what I thought was the best defense in pro football. We shredded the champion Eagles. Cry, Eagles, cry. My God, Dak Prescott, 23 of 36 for 354. He always plays well. I said this on Arena Gridiron. I can't wait for that tomorrow. Watch me go crazy. Watch me unleash on Arena Gridiron tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern. I can't wait to see their faces. I might just have to wear my Dak jersey tomorrow. I'm back in the saddle, baby. 473. We got the best offense in football. It's much better than Indy's offense, and statistically they were the best going into today, and you saw what ultimately happened. When they needed to move the ball, they couldn't. When we needed to move the ball against the Arizona freaking Cardinals on Monday night at Jerry World, we couldn't move it. We sucked worse than Indy sucked today at Kansas City. At least that went to overtime. We blew the game at Carolina. We're just so much better than that. But the defense is starting to come together. We held, quote unquote, Philadelphia to 339 yards. Happy days are here again. I am starting to love this team in spite of myself and in spite of itself. Maybe CD can shake it off. Maybe he can find a witch doctor to break the spell that I don't know who put a spell on him this year. It's like an eagle spell. Maybe some witch doctor in Philadelphia put some spell. I've never seen anything like this. If you gave me 1,000 scenarios that would undo my Cowboys this year, 10,000 of them. Number 10,000 on the list would be CeeDee Lamb dropping balls, dropping touchdown passes to win the second game against the Eagles. I'm not surprised by George Pickens. I always loved him. It's changed my life, changed Cowboy Nation's life, and I can't wait for Thursday. Bring on Kansas City on Thanksgiving. Welcome to Dallas, Patrick Mahomes. We want you.